This is a short survey on audience expectations. What does social realism mean?
To me, it means a sense of society as a reality, and it shows what people actually are and how people actually act to other people and what they do in that society in lower class and middle class areas.
Can you name any examples of social realism films?
Ned's adulthood and kidulthood.
Do you learn any valuable life lessons from watching social realism films?
For me, I learn a few because sometimes if I do get in a bad situation and it's like in rough areas, I can at least look back at what I was watching and see how they got out of it and things like that.
What do you expect to see in a social realism film?
Drugs, violence, crime, youths, and a lot of lower class and middle class people.
Out of 10, how much could you relate to social realism films?
I would say around 7.
The social realism film Fish Tank is rated 15. Does the age group fit the film?
Yes.
How many social realism films do you watch a month?
With me, sometimes I watch. Depends on what it is. Like if it's a nice film movie, like adulthood and kidulthood, I'd watch like roughly about 4 or 5 a month. But if there's not really that many good movies about it, depends on the month.
Out of 10, what would you rate social realism films?
Depends on which one it is, but overall I'll do around 7.
How would you rate these social realism films out of 10? Kidulthood,
9,
adulthood,
8,
Fish Tank,
1,
Meds,
0,
Juno,
7,
Bullet Boy.
10.
What is your definition of social realism?
So I think social realism means showing real life, like a proper representation of society, so that all the gritty stuff, there's things you don't actually see on like news, but it's all stuff that actually does happen in real life.
Can you name any examples of social realism films?
There's kidulthood, there's adulthood, and there's Green Street Hooligans.
Do you learn valuable life lessons from watching social realism films?
In a sense, yeah, because it's showing people who are similar to you from a similar class who go through problems that people actually do go through. So to see their representation of life, I think it's good because I learn from what they go through and the outcome of their actions.
What do you expect to see in a social realism film?
So I expect to see the themes of rape, drugs, a lot of violence. What else? I see a lot of actors that aren't like the Tom Cruise, but more like street casting, so people would like really like lack of experience. I like to probably see like a council estate, probably like really a lot of handheld shooting. Like I saw a lot in kidulthood and adulthood as well.
Green Street Hooligans has an age certificate of 18. Do you think this age group fits the film?
Yeah, I do, because in the actual film itself there is so much violence, there's so much really foul language that I wouldn't expect someone below the age group of 18 to actually say. Like when watching it, I didn't know half the words that they were saying, but I found out after what they meant, and I thought fair enough, it has to be the age group of over 18.
Out of 10, how much could you relate to social realism films?
Probably an 8.
How many social realism films do you watch a month?
It depends when they're on, but I think last month I watched about 4.
How would you rate these social realism films out of 10? Kidulthood,
I would rate that a 8.
adulthood,
Probably a 6.
Fish Tank,
A 6.
Meds,
A 5.
Juno,
A 6.
Bullet Boy.
A 7.
What is your definition of social realism?
My definition of social realism is something that shows the gritty, real life and realistic lifestyles of a society. So themes like pregnancy, self-harm, so real life themes.
Can you name any examples of social realism films?
Fish Tank, This Is England.
Do you learn valuable life lessons from watching social realism films?
Personally, No, but I do understand why people would learn stuff from social realism, because they feature real life situations, so people might be able to relate to stuff that's shown within social realism films.
What do you expect to see in a social realism film?
In terms of setting, so a council estate, with the character, it would depend upon the storyline. So if it's about pregnancy, it would have a female protagonist, and if it's maybe about financial struggles, it would feature a male protagonist.
Out of 10, how much could you relate to social realism films?
5.
Fish Tank has the age rating of 15. Does this age group fit the film?
Yeah, I believe it does, through themes that's shown in the film.
How many social realism films do you watch a month?
About 2 or 3.
Out of 10, what would you rate social realism films?
6, 7.
How would you rate these social realism films? Out of 10. Kidulthood,
8,
adulthood,
7,
Fish Tank,
6,
Juno,
5,
Bullet Boy.
6.